Last time on Metaphor ReFantazio, and once you defeat it, play with it, generally take care of it until I return. Yes, I'm dog sitting! Yes, this is the best game ever! And now back to the story. Hello and welcome to the channel. We're back with more Metaphor ReFantazio. Last episode, we passed the time waiting for the announcement, particularly by taking on a bounty and forming a bond with Brigida. Anyway, the Sanctist announcement is tomorrow, so...
What now?
Yeah, what now? I never looked at this guest room.
What?
This is Hulkenberg's room. She'll get angry if you go in without her permission. I don't... Oh, no. What are you doing? This man is charged with the murder of a Clemmer woman. The distressed man came upon the woman at night and... Damn fiend, just kill him already! I'm willing to bet falsely accused. Much as I'd like to, we can't just step in and stop them, though. Let's just get out of here. Okay, that guy looked distinctive for a moment. I thought he had purple hair, but it's just his hood. There you are.
Excuse me?
Oh, Mr. Elda, gentlemen. We meet again. I still haven't managed to collect many donations for the cause. I'm really sorry to ask, but if you don't mind, might you be able to afford to pitch in a little? I actually can't. Oh, hang on.
I see.
Oh, yeah, okay then. Sorry, I got all panicky and asked something so weird. My apologies, truly. Oh, to be honest, she didn't seem that suspicious. Maybe she actually is a good person? Oh, wait a minute. Do I actually need to donate in order to do the event with her? Let's see if we have anything to sell. Oof, okay. Yeah, let's just sell one of these.
Now then.
I'm keeping all the weapons because they have different models. I know that's not efficient, but that's fine. It's not all about efficiency. Here's a donation. Thank you. I swear, I'll use your donation as best I can. It looks like she's serious about helping out where she can, but she seems kinda down. Maybe we could cheer her up. Successfully encouraging the activists may help to hone my eloquence too. What do you think? Should we try to encourage her? Let's do it.
Happy to hear that.
Oh, how wonderful. Then please come this way. Parapus, the Yugi, the Masari, and of course the Elda too. These tribes are abhorred by the other tribes. Without a great deal of wisdom or skills, it's impossible for them to get a normal job. Work is especially limited for them here in the capital. You've seen the executioner in this back alley, right? Dirty work like that is all that's available to these tribes. Ooh. Having a job is better than nothing though. Those less fortunate must choose between starvation and banditry. Actually no, there is one other option. Become igniter experimentation subjects, but there's no guarantee they'll survive those. That's terrible.
I don't know about that.
That's so awful. Do be careful too, please. I don't know much about the experiments myself, but I do know, even though they're all over and considered useful tools, blood is being spilled for their development. I don't have many people on my side, and I haven't been able to help many people yet, but knowing there are people like you out there gives me confidence to go on.
Take care.
People like you who see injustice and actually try to do something about it. This world would be a better place with more people like that. Looks like my support was a source of encouragement for her. I feel like my eloquence has improved.
Alright.
I would like to focus on just one stat, but this girl isn't available at night, like I said, so this is the only time I can increase my eloquence. Fairy dust. It's not much, but here. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate you hearing me out. Hey, where did you get this fairy dust? Oh my, look at the time. Gotta go. We had a hearty exchange of opinions. It's about time to get back to everyone. Alright, shall we go listen to another fairy tale? I think so.
Let's go.
To Sun Lumio. Shouldn't this place be called Moon Lumio at night? That's gotta be unsettling. This guy's just looming in the night sky. How do you sleep with that? How bright is that? Hello, chatty elder. Ah, the fairy and the elder. I'm glad we meet again. I believe we were in the middle of a story. Would you care to hear the next part?
What do you want to do?
If you listen to the elderly gentleman again, your imagination will probably improve. Let's listen to his story.
My thanks.
Lovely. Let's head to the tavern and I'll pick up the tale. Let's see. I believe we left off with my ancestor being unable to find a mysterious fairy to thank her for saving his life. We've had a bit of a time skip here, as this next part concerns my grandfather. Bear with me. My grandfather was also a mischievous sort. Man, it just runs in the family, huh? And one day, he too ventured into the Forbidden Cave and became hopelessly lost.
That's awful.
Wow. Mischief really does run in the family. So it does. Anyway, lost in the dark, what should my grandfather find? A fairy, of course. She was beautiful, just as the fairy his grandfather had described. He knew right away it was the same fairy. Again? I'm not going to help you this time, said the fairy, rolling her eyes. My grandfather could only blurt out a confused, "What?" It was the first time he'd even been to the cave after all. Then the fairy said, Don't blame me if you get eaten by the beast. And that's when my grandfather realized. The fairy was mistaking him for his grandfather. And they mentioned that fairies maintain the same appearance throughout their entire lives, right? The boy you're thinking of is long gone. I'm his grandson, he said. The fairy considered this for a moment, then said, "You people die so young." The fairy led my grandfather out of the cave, like she did his grandfather before. The whole time he kept his grandfather's regrets in mind. So before she could vanish, he turned to her and said, "Thank you for helping my grandfather." If you're wondering if history will repeat, I doubt it. My family had to leave that village when my grandfather grew up. So I'm sure you could appreciate how amusing I found it to find a fairy here in Grand Trad. My family's fate seems tied to the fairies. Well, I'm glad your family got closure with the fairy, and meeting you like this, who knows, maybe it really is fate. I thought about the curious part fairies play in our fate. I feel like my imagination improved.
Alright. Well then.
This time I got back to the others. And it's time for the plot to progress.
It would seem that disaster was averted.
Ooh, a new line. But there's probably a new disaster we gotta take care of soon. Depending on what this announcement is.
Today's Forden's big announcement.
Wonder what he's planning. I guess the church has to have some reaction to all that stuff the king said.
Let's see what they've got up their sleeve.
Whatever it is, Luis won't be able to just ignore it. This might be a day that goes down in history.
Hey, it's this guy.
Ladies and gents, lend me your ears. Sanctifex Forden has spoken. The giant face in the sky, the massive rocks appearing throughout the land, and the mysterious voice claiming to be the past king. The Sanctist Church has officially recognized these happenings as the will of His Royal Majesty.
Okay.
So it really is His Majesty?
Yep.
And so, as
No doubt
His
about it
Majesty
now.
has decreed, whoever has gained the greatest trust of the people by the day of decision shall be our new king.
Do we have any idea when the day of decision is?
This is a historic moment, good citizens.
I think we
It's
do.
revolutionary. It's unprecedented. No matter who you are, you can take the throne.
The only catch is you have to have a really massive influence with the people.
Anyone?
Even me?
If you've got the influence.
If, and this is a big if, you are the person that all our people trust most in their hearts.
Maybe you could be king yourself, eh? You're popular enough.
Me, in charge? Well, that's the last thing this country needs. Right.
He knows what he's
let's
suited for.
review what we know, shall we? First, the new faces that have appeared on the rock. It shows us who's foremost in the running. We've worked out that much. The top 3 of the lot are also shown in the sky. Suppose that way you can see their inspiring faces anytime, anywhere.
Hold on. How's us common folk supposed to stand a chance against all these upper crusters?
You don't.
Say you do become popular. With your face clear for all to see, surely that'd make you a prime target for assassination.
Well, not if you're in the top 3.
Not quite, friend. Not quite. A valid concern, but one His Majesty prepared for. Popular aspirants, at least those who make it onto the rock, are protected by royal magic. Assassinations off the table.
Oh, so maybe not top 3, just one of the many faces that we can't see on the rock's surface.
Magic chains will spring to life and bind anyone who tries. I saw it happen with my own eyes to Count Luis's sorry assailant.
Oh wait,
So, literally anyone could be king? Even a pauper? Or a slave? Or a criminal?
if they somehow get popular enough.
Hold on. You mean
It'd be
to say
impressive
might
if
not
they
be ruled
could.
by Clamar? What does that mean for us?
Right, I've said my piece. You know all I know. Now go forth, ladies and gents, and spread the word.
Has the king always been a Clemar?
Whether you're from our fair capital or the middle of nowhere, the crown's within your grasp. Anyone in the land could be our next king.
Speaking of clamor, jeez. Chill out for a second.
I heard the announcement. The church has chosen to recognize this face's words as crown sent and shall abide by them.
Not the announcement I was expecting. I thought they would do something more substantial.
They conceded that one quickly. Though I suppose it's a hard thing to deny, what with the royal palace hanging up there in the clouds.
Had they rushed a coronation for His Eminence Forden, it would have dashed any hope of reinstating His Highness. A small comfort.
I can tell from your face there's some bad news too.
I mean, it's probably not what she's about to say, but the prince would have to participate in this if he wants to take the throne.
Do you recall those chains that froze Alces in place? It seems that too was part of His Majesty's magic. Plainly, any candidates of sufficient favor cannot be deposed by force.
Which would be great for us in the long run, but not great considering we need to take down Louise.
That's not good.
No, 'tis not indeed. This marks Luis as nigh untouchable. I will still seek to find him. Yet, even should we stand before the man himself, we could not kill him.
We should increase our standing before going to find him, because then at least the same applies from him to us.
No! If we can't kill him, then how do we break the curse?
What the hell was the king thinking? Grius was trying to save his son. He died for it.
It's an automatic spell.
Even so, without this magic, no aspirant would be safe from assassination, leaving Luis to dominate through sheer martial strength.
Yep.
We appear to be at an impasse.
Oh, hello.
Everyone, have you seen Maria?
Nope.
Did something happen?
She saw this black hedgehog and ran off. I'm a little worried.
I checked her room and she isn't there. She wouldn't just leave without telling anyone. I couldn't deal with losing both of them.
I'll go look for her.
I'll go look for her.
You will? Thank you.
I have a guess where she might be.
When I think of what might happen to her.
If she left her room on her own, she must have had some reason.
Let's go search for her. If we head into town, we might find some clues.
Can I hug the poor lady first?
Where?
Maria, where are you?
You're kidding.
Where could Maria have gone? Wait. Oh no. Galka, get off my shoulder. Galka! I need to face the camera so the other rat can do a dumb edit. Maria. Okay, that should do.
Whatever.
Maria. Oh, you mean that kid? Yeah, I saw her earlier. Really? Where was she headed? The stairs north of Sunshade Row. You know, by the general store. Didn't look to be running an errand, though.
Hey!
The general store. We might find someone else who saw her if we head over there. Uh-oh. She's heading into town? Considering her heritage, that might not be a great idea. The people here are, well, I don't know. What was she again? Roig and... What is the bird tribe called? Not sure if I have it here. I don't think I do. Well, we have a half-blood entry. Let's take a look at that. Children born to parents of disparate tribes. Half-bloods often inherit physical attributes of both tribes, as evidenced by Zorba and Maria. While it is theoretically possible for any of the tribes to bear offspring together, conceiving a child between differing tribes is less viable than within the same tribe. Therefore, they are few in number. Even in metropolitan areas with diverse populations, those with mixed heritages are rarely to be seen. How are they treated? That's what I came here for, and here it is. Half-blood children are often ostracized from both tribes they hail from, due to their unnatural appearance. The typical characteristics they would otherwise inherit from each tribe can be underdeveloped, leading to smaller wings for a half-blood Ishkia, that was the one, or a singular horn for a half-blood Clemar. They are greatly misunderstood, generally isolated from others, and face unjust societal disdain. Which is why I'm worried about Maria going off on her own, especially into town. What's up with you?
Hey, mister.
I bet the next king's gonna punish the bad tribes. You better run away, Elda. They're gonna kill you. Oh, I can't wait to see you eat those words. Hello.
Sorry, but...
Ah, hello.
Hey!
Say, we're looking for a little girl. Have you seen anyone like that around here? Oh, could it be that half-blood? If so, then yes, I did see her. She was muttering Papa and looking all sad. I saw her go through the back alley. Maria, could she have gone to the Grand Cathedral? A random thought I had. I'm kind of worried that we'll go to other towns and people will be more violent toward us. Like here, people just talk shit about us. But it could be worse in other places.
Hello there.
Do you know that little half-blood girl? I don't know why you would assume that, but yes. You can't let a girl like that walk the streets alone. You're just asking for trouble. She just went inside. Thanks for saying that unprompted. Wait, you let her pass? Why? The way her eyes looked. I'd not be the one to stop her now. You're surprisingly cool. She's been coming to pray for a while, no matter how many glares she gets. People are bullying a grieving child. Goodness. Hey, Maria. You doing okay?
Huh?
Why?
Everyone's worried about you.
Everyone was worried about you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Papa hasn't come home. And I always come here whenever I'm feeling lonely.
Ooh, does she not know yet?
One time he came here to get me. I remember because he called my name.
No, Fabienne did tell her.
But I pray, and he still doesn't come back. Maybe because the cathedral's broken?
Maria.
Miss Fabienne says Papa can't come home anymore. But I know Papa's gone away. He's gone somewhere I'll never see him again. Hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's going to be so lonely.
Aw, I'll come by to visit.
The loneliest it's ever been. But I have to be strong, don't I?
Everyone hug the child, please.
But if it gets any lonelier, I don't know if I can do it.
Galka, sing her a song.
I'm sorry. I promised we'd all come back together.
Where is Galka? There she is.
Why does everyone always leave? Mum was sick. The king and prince are gone. And now Papa? Why does everyone always leave? Is it my fault? I really did my best to be a good girl, but...
That's not why, it's our fault.
That's not why.
He's right, Maria. It's not your fault at all.
Listen to me, all right? Your father, he was fighting a very bad man. We were with him, but we couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
I remember Papa saying something like that. He said, a really bad man might be our king. Is that part of it?
Yep, don't worry, it'll work out. We're gonna do something, don't worry.
It's going to be alright. Don't worry.
I hope the next king is as nice as you. Then maybe things won't always be so sad.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. The prince told me that once.
I think I understand the king's intentions now. Maybe this is the sort of tragedy he was trying to end. Maybe he wanted a world where the crown goes to one who acts like a king ought to. Not whoever's willing to spill the most blood to do it.
Yeah, it has its flaws, but it does succeed in that area.
You may be right. But much as we wish it, this is not a fight that might be ended through words alone.
Even so, we have to try.
We're back.
Maria, you're safe. Oh, you had me worried sick.
I'm sorry for leaving on my own.
No, it's all right.
Miss Fabienne, I'm hungry.
Maria. Yes, that's right. Let's all sit down for some supper together. Thank you for finding her.
No problem. Anytime,
It looks
really.
like she's worked things out.
She's a strong girl.
But we've more troubles ahead. How now do we resolve this curse upon His Highness?
If Luis is the curse's caster, we've got to kill him to dispel it. So how do we do that if he's shielded by the king himself?
I'm kind of wondering how the king's magic would react to poison. Like, would it stop us from putting the poison in? Would it stop Luis from eating the food that was poisoned? What would happen if it was done accidentally? I'm asking too many questions right now.
I wish I could report back, but the prince is still asleep, and we're losing time. I don't think going back to the village is an option.
Yeah, let's not waste the time.
We cannot lose faith yet. There must be some further course we can pursue.
Well, there's the church's announcement. I expect they're trying to stop a wave of rival candidates from flooding the standings. I doubt the church would accept this popularity contest if they didn't already have a plan to game it.
Yep, they probably could just play it straight. They're already very popular.
True enough. I can only wonder at their aims. For today, we should content ourselves with rest and recovery.
They would need to prevent Luis from extending his influence.
Sorry, did I wake you?
Yeah, stop
Lying
sighing
here.
so loud.
I always end up caught in my own thoughts. Grius and Maria. The prince. Just thinking in circles again. Not good, is it?
Well, let's think about it together, try to calm your mind. I'm not awake enough for this. Unrelated, but I like your casual outfit. Well, actually, it's really just his normal outfit with the jacket off, isn't it? Let's think about it together.
Let's think about it together.
I like my casual outfit, too.
Keeping me company, are you? You really are a strange one. My kind of strange, if I'm honest. That book, is that the novel you're always carrying around? Feels like months ago now that I spotted you buried in it on the carriage ride to the fort.
It hasn't even been 1 month, I think. Can you read?
Can you read?
Please. I'm clearly no scholar, but I was once spoiled enough to have a private tutor.
This is the best friendship I've ever seen in a video game.
Right. Let's have a look then. Oh, interesting. It's written through the lens of a fictional land. This bit's about the Utopia's security.
Ooh.
In this world, there is no blood-stained contest for sovereignty. The people choose their sovereign from among themselves.
You think the king might have read the story?
One cannot put a sovereign to the sword to seize power. Such an act would be met with scorn and judged as murder. Taking power or wealth by force is seen as the most shameful of transgressions. Couldn't be further from reality, could it? We've a kingslayer on the brink of seizing the throne right now. And this idea of competing for public support. Here it sounds so commonplace, but the idea's thrown us all into chaos. Interesting.
Hang on a second, who's read this story so far? Are we gonna have each of our followers take a look at it? Because we've had Maria, we've read it to her. I think Galka read it to us the first night. Moore wrote it, so he doesn't really count. And now we're getting a scene with Stroll.
Perhaps I'm overthinking, but it sounds almost like the aim of the king's magic. You suppose there's some common inspiration?
This probably was the inspiration.
Still, I don't imagine this would turn out well in the real world. In public opinion, tribal perspective always divides us.
Yep.
Besides,
that's the biggest
does
hurdle.
A decision made by the people guarantee it's right? Tribal squabbles aren't always political. Take us Clamars, for example. It can be hard for us to see outside the bubble of our own worldview. We're the majority, and the tribe of the royal bloodline besides. That privilege can make us insensitive.
You're not one of the insensitive types, though.
A problem with no easy solution, I fear. Lofty words. I can hardly come to terms with my own ideals. Still, the discussions helped clear my head a little. Thank you. I've been so fixated on killing Luis, but maybe we could look into whether that's really the only way to lift the curse.
That would be a good idea, because there's no way we can touch Luis for a long time. Well,
sleep should come easier now.
They did mention duels.
I think I'll give it another chance.
But our characters don't know about that yet.
Wait, how long have you been asleep?
I already conked out. You read me a bedtime story.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Hello again?
Ladies and gents, have you heard the news? The curtain's about to rise on the show of a lifetime. To choose our new ruler, we're going to give all of you a chance to take center stage in a show of power for the whole kingdom. And we call it the Tournament for the Throne!
A tournament arc? In my RPG?
Our aspirants will set out on a grand tour of the 3 allied capitals, taking part in a variety of exciting trials.
I guess they're framing it as a chance for the common folk, the people who don't have a really big following, to have a chance at the throne. Like, a real chance. Well, real in quotation marks, because it's definitely rigged. Like, probably too difficult for them to actually complete, but let's see what it is. Hang on a second. We read about half-bloods and stuff. This guy only has 1 horn, so is he a half-blood?
First, we have the exhibition of the brave. Slay a monster plaguing our fair people and bring its head to Oceania's capital in time. Biggest find takes the win. Official word is, this event's open to all. So what do you think, ladies and gents? Are you in it to watch, or in it to win?
stroll? Why call us so early in the morning? What is that journal?
I had Fabienne bring it up. Something occurred to me, so I asked her to go through Grius's personal effects.
Hey, looks like he was investigating the curse too.
Oh, cool.
There's a note here. Given the spell's complexity, it must have required a scribed formula.
Okay.
You mean to suggest Luis possesses a written composition of the curse somewhere? And if we can find that...
I mean, that's assuming he didn't, like, burn it or anything.
Yes! I'd wager, even if we can't kill Luis, we might still have a shot at breaking the curse.
But that attack took place years ago, didn't it? This curse's formula could be lost for good.
You could have had someone help him make it. In which case, we could find that person.
We have little choice but to hope it's not. I'm not saying it would be easy. And the real trick will be finding it. We wouldn't leave it unprotected.
That reminds me. A crier for the church was handing these out.
A flyer for the tournament?
A flyer for the tournament for the throne. This popularity contest is state-sponsored now. An interesting gamble for those politicians. I like the bit about all this being in the interest of fairness, those weasels. But saying it's being organized by the state. The throne's empty. This smells like the theocracy at work. Probably Forden himself.
Yep. Interesting that they didn't announce this yesterday.
You think Forden's looking to fix the competition in his favor? He's been in first place this whole time.
In the interest of fairness, remember? If he wins a fair race, he gets legitimized, and Luis gets put on the back foot.
Yeah. Just announcing it increases his standing.
That bodes ill. Those with existing support could easily solidify their claim. Even should His Highness wake, he may lose the throne.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk. What are we supposed to do?
Take on the trials. That's all we can do. We need a plan, and then we can take action. As an Elder, I'm an outcast in this city. I think that gives us an advantage here. We get the people's attention.
Couldn't we get the people's attention somehow?
How do you mean?
If we make ourselves too obvious, we're likely to have an even harder time getting close to Luis.
We make Luis come to us, then.
We'll make Luis come to us.
How would we accomplish that? We're but strangers to him, and he gains nothing from it.
Okay. You really don't think there's a way? Fine, let me spell it out for you. We enter the tournament for the throne.
Let's enter this tournament for the throne.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that.
Were you even listening to us?
Stroll, come on.
Besides, the prince isn't exactly in a position to take part in...
Wait. It sounds crazy, but I think he might be onto something there. This could be just the excuse we need to get close to Luis.
Yeah, he doesn't know about us in particular. He doesn't know that we were with Grius. We present ourselves as tournament participants, and then we just happen to get near Luis, because we're heading toward the same goal.
He doesn't care about your tribe so long as you prove capable, yes? That's what Zorba was saying. Which means, even though the world looks down on you as an elder, having the power to kill humans puts you in his good graces.
Okay.
You're going to make him a candidate for the throne?
If all we need to do is get Luis's attention, then that's sure to get the job done. If we're lucky, he might even try to recruit us.
I see. An undercover operation, is it? Quite a gambit. But it may well be our best chance at finding this formula.
We infiltrate his ranks and somehow track it down.
Just hold on a second. Getting Luis's attention is all well and good. But remember who's actually risking their life here.
All four of us, yeah. I know what we're up to. Infiltrating Luis's ranks will be dangerous. If I'm found out, I'll be as good as dead.
What do you think? Having heard all this, do you want to enter the running?
Of course I do.
Of course I do.
No hesitation at all.
Right.
I'm reminded of the words the prince spoke to me in our youth.
In my ideal world, people can believe in their future. Their birth doesn't matter. No matter who someone is, they deserve a fair country. If it's to help achieve that, I will stand for the prince as a candidate for the throne.
Even if we can't get him on the throne, we can at least get someone good on it.
Sheesh. So much for being a guide. Now you're the one leading me around.
Your resolve has marked you a fine fit for the role. I have trusted you with my life before, and would gladly do so again.
I inherited Greece's journal. Ooh.
Good heavens. Haven't you put yourself in enough danger?
Nope, we're still at the start of the game.
Listen to me. I don't want you going down the same path he did. Are you really this set on running off again?
Yes.
Yes.
I've already said it.
I've got a job to do.
Huh. Familiar words. I'll be cheering for you in this mess of a competition. Truth be told, I wish I could do more than feed and shelter you.
We could... No, I shouldn't say it. Ask her on a date, boy. You know you want to do it.
What's the competition?
It's a big, grand race to see who will be the next king. The whole country will be watching.
So you're going to try and become king? Wow! Then I'll cheer for you as loud as I can.
Aw.
You have your first advocate, it seems.
Suppose you'll have to actually try for the throne now, eh? Your Majesty.
Ha! That's the plan.
That was the plan from the start.
That's the spirit.
Well, if we want Luis to notice you, we'll have to make quite a stir among the people. Maybe reaching for the throne will do it.
Does that mean you're not coming back?
I'll be back.
No, we'll be back. Although we might be a while.
Are we leaving Grand Trad?
I don't like when it gets lonely.
Can we please have another story time before we leave?
Maria.
But I'll be cheering for you. I hope you win the race. You'd be a good king.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Now, we'd best get registration out of the way, but...
Registration?
We need some legs for the journey. It's mostly lawless wastes between cities.
Judging by this specified deadline, we are unlikely to reach the Principality of Oceania's capital in time on foot.
We need one of those big vehicles. I forgot what it's called. Gauntlet runner, that was it.
I bet all these fancy nobles have their own gauntlet runners to ride in.
A carriage might save our chances, if we could find one. Perhaps we split up for now. I'll leave you two to the registration. They should be taking entrance at the recruitment center.
This should be the place, right?
Excuse us, we're looking to join the tournament for the throne.
Aye? Bit young, ain't ya? And who's the kid? He with you?
Come on, just because I'm short. How old am I anyways?
I'm not a kid.
I call it as I see it, mate. Well, I'd not have thought it, but you're an elder, ain't ya? And you want to be king. Well, the novelty of it might win you some looks.
Could you just do your job, please? Can he register or not?
Ah, an elder.
Uh-oh.
Now that I think of it...
I think he remembers me.
Weren't you in that pack of recruits that went off to the northern fort? Thought I heard they were all wiped out. What? We got a deserter turning up.
Anyone could go for the throne.
No, they said he'd just dragged the company down, so they left him at the capital. He, got on the captain's bad side.
They don't recognize Stroll. I guess he's not as distinctive.
Could swear I've seen you before, too.
Nope, nope.
Well, hardly matters with no captain to verify it with. Go on, then. You can represent the lesser tribes so nobody complains.
Goodness.
Whew. That was a close one.
And, obviously, you're gonna need a carriage. Otherwise, the whole thing's off for you.
Oh, sweet, they're gonna give us one for free. You know, it's kind of funny. I think their prejudice against Elda is the only reason this excuse works so well. No, they said he dragged the company down. Ah, that makes sense. He's an Elda, after all. And they just don't think twice about it.
You're obligated to attend the opening ceremony tomorrow.
Gotcha.
It'll be at the plaza at the Grand Cathedral. Don't be late.
Does that leave me with a
We'll
free
have
day
to
today?
hope Hulkenberg can find us a carriage.
Oh, they're not giving us one. Of course they wouldn't be that nice.
As for us, I expect we should see about finding a monster to slay. If it's not impressive enough, Luis won't look twice at you.
Well, there is the giant one in the ocean. Uh-oh.
Some postings over there. They should be offering bounties on monsters the guard can't handle. Let's take a look.
I thought that was a person causing a stir. Who is that?
Looks like everyone else had the same idea.
One of these bounties is bound to make me stand out.
But which? Bigger is probably better.
Bigger is better, but also more dangerous. So you might not even make it back alive if you go for the strongest one.
Hang on. There's nothing but small-time contracts here.
Are you not here for this tournament then? Bit slow, I'm afraid. Most of my worthiest monster builds have already been snapped up by other competitors.
How about requests on anything aside from monsters? Bounties include criminals too, right?
I suppose I've got one of those, yeah.
Let's see.
The biggest monster might not be the biggest threat, so we should aim for what's causing the most problems.
Ugh, he's horrible. Heisme, a villainous kidnapper. Looks like the army's been trying to catch him for a while now.
Kidnapper, you say? Oh goodness. Wait, Heisme? I don't think I've heard that name before. I think I'm gaslighting myself. I thought I've heard it before.
This might just be perfect.
I'm kind of worried he's gonna kidnap Maria.
Whoa. You have any idea who that is?
I have no idea who you are. Whoa, you've got a dog. I mean, it looks like it'll snap at me any moment, but a dog is a dog.
That man's an elite. An ex-royal knight, they say. He'd make short work of a scrawny little urchin. You can be sure of that.
Do I look spiky to you? I don't mean a sea urchin. My goodness, you're so uneducated.
Besides, didn't you hear what it is they're actually looking for?
Oh, of course. It's about whoever can bring in the biggest monster head, right?
If you imbeciles can't even get that straight, you've no chance at winning. They want kingly types, not children play acting.
Can I pet your dog?
Stuck up, little... Is that the kind of competition we can expect?
He was right about
Unfortunately,
the rules,
yes.
What are you thinking?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
We're supposed to get a monster's head. So why are you going for a criminal? Any idea what he's up to?
To stop his evil deeds, we don't need to win. Maybe he has a big head?
Maybe he just wants to stop the criminal's evil deeds.
We've got more important things to worry about.
Don't worry, I'll explain everything later.
As long as you can convince Hulkenberg, I guess.
Ho there!
Hello.
Are you really taking the bounty on Heisme? You three must be heaven sent. Please, would you listen to our plight? Your pardon, gentlemen. I'm Barton, a guard captain for Martira, a town to the south. The bounty on Heisme is up at my behest.
Cool.
A guard captain? This fellow's made some powerful enemies.
We can't afford lenience. On top of his past crimes, Heisme has stooped to abducting our wee ones. Our children. Selling them off, some say.
And that's why we need to stop him. Like, sure, the trial is a very important thing we need to do, but think of the children, Gallica. Okay, yeah, I'm convinced. I'd be devastated if something happened to Maria.
If our city becomes known for nightly disappearances, what sane resident would stay? Community and trade will dwindle and die.
But he's just a lone kidnapper, right? Even if he's some infamous criminal, why can't the guard handle it?
Did he happen to tame a monster?
That's the trouble. He makes his hideouts somewhere too dangerous for our soldiers to tread. Deep in the territory of vicious giant worms. We've no idea how he manages to operate out there without getting devoured himself.
I see. Tricky problem indeed.
Did you know about this?
I'd no choice but to swallow my pride and post a bounty. Yet no matter how many times I renew the bill, none have taken it. A pitiful sight, isn't it? A soldier who can't protect his home, whether by strength or by surrender. Laugh if you must.
I would never. You're not pitiful, we would never laugh. We want to help you.
We would never laugh at such a plight.
You only cast away your honor in the name of protection. Nothing pitiful in that. Swallow your pride no more, man. We'll take your contract.
Thanks to you. That you'd accept such a perilous request, even with this tournament looming over everything. Closure. Thank you all, and thank God for bringing you to me.
Are you going to be a follower?
In that case, we shall meet in Martira, the Old Castle Town. Please, make haste.
Well, no backing out of this now. You sure this is what we want?
Yes.
Way I see it, if we want to make a big impact this late, it's going to take some creativity. Besides, this is apparently a knight-turned-kidnapper. The man can't be allowed to go on. What would His Royal Highness do in our place?
Probably something more peaceful, like just try to bring him in. I think we're gonna end up killing him.
I guess that's fair.
I'll convince Hulkenberg. Somehow. You go on and accept the contract.
I doubt it will be difficult to convince her. We'll at least make a stir with the public.
I can't forgive that, no, sir.
Just, I'm too late. All the eye-catching postings are already taken. Though, a bounty need not be a person. If I procure the head of some horrific monster like a human, my family's name will be known to the world in no time. Jittery attendant. Hold on a moment, please. Isn't besting a monstrosity like that a bit more complicated? Are you even gonna fight? He looks way too old to be on the battlefield. What a bunch of idiots. It's almost laughable. They think they have a shot at becoming king. What a bunch of jokers. Oh, what's a whippersnapper like you doing here? Don't tell me. Are you actually thinking of participating in the tournament for the throne? Oh, the audacity of youth. Oh, it's you. That's rich. A mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of. As king? The idea makes me sick to my stomach.
No, thank you.
The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of a great age. One with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Louise dare to... Okay, I didn't ask for this, buddy. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. Oh, that's so sweet. You hardly even know me. I was being sarcastic. So was I. Looks like I'm better at it than you. I suppose he's a candidate too. Hey, would it be alright if we accepted the bounty contract for Heisme? Heisme? You sure you can handle that? We can't be held liable if you get yourself killed up there. Of course I can. Hang on. Let me finish the conversations here first. Think. A beatdown gauntlet runner like my dad's can't handle much. But if I really want to be king, I gotta go big and nab something that'll stand out at the exhibition.
True.
If a guard captain is struggling with this bounty, then I say it's the perfect target for us. I don't think many would take it out from under us, but you may as well grab the request besides. Make it official. Alright, hey. Of course I can. You're another one, alright? Either that or you're just green. Head to Martira. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
The Old Castle Town kidnapper. I need to find and bring in Heisme, a notorious criminal tied to a series of kidnappings in Martira. Despite his bounty, he has evaded capture, and his true identity remains a mystery. Wow, we'll get 100,000 for that.
Let's call it.
Okay, we got the contract. Let's head back to the inn for now. 100,000, my goodness.
No registration issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about.
You omitted a few details there, buddy.
Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements.
Sounds like she's hiding something too.
How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
Oh, goodness.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
Alright, can you two both just come clean? For the team's sake?
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
Did we get a thief to help us out?
You needn't speak so.
Ooh.
In truth, I've just resigned from the knight's order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Louise's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Gotcha.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the order since returning to find them serving the Sanctifex and not the royals. Those who refused the church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
Read me a bedtime story. The opening ceremony for the tournament is tomorrow.
Let's rest.
We should probably stay inside and rest today.
Well met, eh?
Hey, we'll be staying at this inn for some time. I don't plan to. I'd really like to, but... Haha, so you like it here too? Then you're one of us. Well, wherever it is that you end up going, be sure to come see Maria and Fabienne again. Not that it's really my concern, but those two seem to like you a lot.
Now then.
Our preparations seem to be proceeding without issue. Well, apart from one massive, overtuned uncertainty. Never mind. Forgive me my mutterings. Just please do not be surprised no matter what we're presented with. What do you mean by that? Is it a beat-up carriage? I've decided I'm heading to Brillhaven. It's much too boring to just spend my days at the inn. I'm going to see that so-called exhibition for myself. Goodbye, Elda. You do well to see the world too someday. I guess I'll see you in Brillhaven. Hello, Fabienne. I think I'm actually going to talk to you last. Stroll, what's up?
Hey.
I asked Fabienne for a map of Martira, and she gave me the one from Greece's personal effects. It covers all the main roads. We may have found one in town, but a military map always has more details. Fabienne continues to be our anchor. To pay her back, let's achieve our goals. Fabienne!
Don't push yourself too much.
Tomorrow you depart. Maria will assuredly miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello when you can, even if it's only every once in a while. Can I get a hug before I go? I should definitely give Maria one. I haven't seen Maria since I came back from the recruitment center. I wonder if something's wrong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I was right. Tomorrow's the opening ceremony. I shouldn't go out right now. Ceremonies are pretty exhausting. I had to rest an entire day before going to one. Who are you talking to? Let's sleep. The bed is simple but clean, and has an aroma that reminds me of a clear, sunny day. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
Good night.
Rest well.
Can I come in?
Oh, thank goodness you're still here. What's wrong? Can't sleep? Want to read some more?
Want to read some more?
Not today.
Aw.
You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabienne I wouldn't cry.
Oh, her little portrait. I won't tell her.
It's alright. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said.
Yep, and we're gonna make sure that bad man gets stopped.
And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it?
Well, she's worried about us.
Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise. Wait for me.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise?
I can guarantee my own safety better than other people's.
The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
Of course.
This one's important.
Promising returns. Maria is waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange and distant places we visit. A curative coney roast for that.
I never got a chance to say this to Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
Good night.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you.
Oh, that's fine.
Now you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
'Tis kind of you to say. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Yep. I do, not really. When you got me thrown out, I don't think she did that.
Now that you mention it, I do.
You saved my life.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned.
Wanna read it?
You needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you.
Unless it's a good read.
I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents.
What else would you expect from a church?
Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so?
Yeah, what did it say?
Do you mind
about
if I
them?
read a passage or two?
What would it say that would piss them off so much?
So, it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power.
Nice.
Such is the authority of the people.
Do the people have no such authority in this world?
In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts.
They don't want people getting ideas.
Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
I'll make sure you can get that dream at a discount. I don't want you paying that high a price. Ooh. Cutscene. Who was that?
Junah!
Lady Junah!
Thank you for answering. Her eyes are so bright. Are you gonna sing for us? Oh, dang it. I really hope this isn't a copyright problem. This music is really loud. What is that? Oh, that guy looks cool. What's with that cutoff? Is something gonna happen? Okay. I like that guy's eyes. Okay, I was worried. It was just a short anthem. I think we're fine. I wonder what tribe she's from. I don't see any distinctive features.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctist crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venue.
Why are they sent over?
We kick off in the west,
I tripped
in
over
the
my
Pearl
words.
of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster,
I was asking why they were so hyped over the crier.
Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78th Sanctifex, His Eminence, Fabienne!
Wake up, old man. Stop dozing off.
I claim no great ambition.
Bullcrap.
Nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the crown theocracy, Master Guido!
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this
So dramatic.
fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctists have in this race?
Far too many.
Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, crier! Where's Count Louise?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
It's too risky
And
for him.
what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
We can still do
Don't
that.
worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production.
Exactly.
Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All right, all right. For those Count Luis supporters, you might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Glodell, the Black Hound.
Figures. That guy.
Him. So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Well, it's not quite all the contenders, but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right,
a very
it's
ordinary
Rudolph
name.
Krauss. In it
That guy's
more
cool.
for the gauntlet runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden.
Hello.
Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life.
Free
It's
drinks for
Lovelace
life?
O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
Wow.
Yeah.
If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
It's quite the colorful cast of characters.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
I like this guy. He's impartially hyping everyone up. Wow, no reaction? They're more confused than anything.
Elder, disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Was that an important character?
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time
Oh, come
the
on.
noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
So, contestants, are you ready?
Probably.
What?
Hopefully.
Last I say! Wait! Found your behave!
Is that for us?
A land runner?
Land Runner?
It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for the... It'll crash!
Whoa!
This isn't doing us any favors.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
I like this guy already.
You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you buffoon. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Can I make you a follower?
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
I'm going as fast as I can. Sorry I can't fly. Are we all on?
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
Get in my pocket.
It's incredible!
We are moving fast. Oh wow, our popularity already went up. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I gained a lot of interest, but I only considered this a part of my mission to aid the prince. Ooh.
Just a sec.
Whoa, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Is this our Cid? Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We want to go to a place called Martira Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a way south. Right there. Oh, there's the encampments. Okay, hang on, what is this? Why is this marked? A small sand dune on the path to Martira. Given the vantage point it provides, it should be a safe resting spot. Rock Den Camp. The lee of a large boulder on the path to Martira. Since it's hidden away out of sight, it should be safe to rest here. Verdant Camp. A patch of grassy plain on the path to Martira. Since it's hidden away out of sight, it should be... Wait, does it say that for everyone?
Hold on.
No, not all of them. Martira Old Castle Town. A city on the main road between Grand Trad and Port Brawlhaven. I mean. Brashida's not gonna be happy that I went out of my way to say the town's name right. Oh, what? Is my name not worth the extra effort? Do you want to spend time with my dog or not? The old castle looming over the city center is an incredible sight to behold. Okay, can I just go here?
Let's see here.
That's the first camp on the road to Martira from Grand Trad. Okay, so I can't go there. That's the second campsite. We'll probably camp around here on the third night.
This place here.
Wow!
Yeah, okay, Martira. Here it is. Down to Martira, eh? On this cross legs, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about.
Oh.
4 days and 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed.
Spectacular.
Bally good. Now, cinch those bridges, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martira Old Castle Town. I love this guy.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
What's your name, anyways?
So this is what you use to talk with the driver. Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
We will, though.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy.
I'm willing to bet I get Gunner from this guy.
What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
What does that even mean?
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neuras. An Ishkia, if
Oh,
that's not
cool.
obvious
I see
from
the wings now.
And
It
despite
wasn't. I haven't seen him.
everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course.
Always helpful to have one of those.
keyless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
He's gonna be fun to have around. Noble District Underhall. Oh, that's Forden, isn't it? No. Okay.
Neuras? Are you there?
This is a flashback.
I'm coming in.
She sounds so exhausted with him already. She hasn't even talked to him yet.
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
The way he snapped up from that.
But, pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
Are we gonna let him in on the secret?
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Piloting withdrawals?
Whoa!
Good God.
Oh, there it is.
Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
I think he just did it for fun.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it?
Excessive for a royal family?
Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders?
These two.
You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... I couldn't just let the old girl waste away.
Yeah, what was he supposed to do with it? Just leave it as is? Might as well make it his personal project.
A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable!
Got a new track here. I think she's seething beneath the surface.
I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this...
The prince would love this.
Mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Listen, the prince is the type of person to literally write on a sword. I think he would be cool with this.
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... Tis fully operational now, is it?
Just hand it over and I'll spare you my wrath.
Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
I hear the malice behind her words.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
Yes.
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh?
She slipped.
Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard? So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Can we get this guy on the team?
Understood.
It would be so cool. He might just be our pilot, but if he was a fighter, just saying, I'd be really happy.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world.
I think. Maybe.
How encouraging. All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
Yeah, just look how much ground we passed already. No way I'm walking all of that.
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him. This is better than nothing. If we die together. There's some lines in this game that are way funnier than they should be.
I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
Let's talk strategy then.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
This will be great for our public reputation, though.
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
It's perfect. It sounds impossible. I trust all of you.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
Magnus and I can go in as a buddy cop duo. Oh, hell yeah!
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster.
I mean, he's living in a monster den.
Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
It's a bit of a gamble, but one I'm willing to bet on.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Nice.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Can I do daily actions on this thing?
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
I love him already. The Gauntlet Runner. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with them. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kinda wanna see what the engine room's like. If I had more time. No, let's take a look around first. We're not gonna do any actions.
Oh,
but we're gonna see what we can do. A carriage can't begin to compete with the gauntlet runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. The runner makes a smooth ride at least. Eccentricities aside, he's certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. There's a map showing the area surrounding our destination, Martira. So this is the map. Cool.
Let's see here.
I wonder where we're at right now. If we somehow manage to kill this, we would win by a landslide. Actually, we might see it at least, if we're going counterclockwise here. The toilet. Not now, there are more pressing matters at hand. Washroom.
Incredible!
Wow, so this room's made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Now that I could get used to. I call first dip.
Hey!
Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Oh, hell yeah! Where do you think you are? Unacceptable.
You're really?
It's a bathing room. Oop, ought to mention, no running water yet. Working on it.
Damn.
What? Unacceptable. You prioritized some other things there. Pantry. Oh, I can go inside. There's some rock beads and gauntlet rooms. Did they grow here? I could use these for cooking. Gauntlet shrooms? Hang on. What is that? That sounds mildly concerning. Okay, rock beans, a bean with a shell as hard as rock. Gauntlet shrooms, a precious edible mushroom that only grows on gauntlet runners. I got Grease's journal here. Notes on an investigation of magical curses. If one can collect archetypes not yet discovered, perhaps Luis may yet be defeated. Interesting. Alright, let's check the kitchen. Is it stocked? It's a cask of Neuras' secret stash. Its mellow aroma wafts into the air. We got a cooking table.
Got it.
It's the kitchen. I can prepare meals here. We got an oven. Hulkenberg said that most things are edible if you put them over a fire, but is that really true? Got a washing area.
So?
You have to wash your dishes properly, but being that water's a precious resource, that actually goes double. You have to be efficient, can't waste too much water. Food shelf. It's stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook it first before eating it. It's rattling so much. Oh, so these are the beds. These are beds. They seem pretty small. It looks like we're putting ourselves in the dryer. What is this room? A study? These books are a mess. We should clean this up at some point. Hey, look at Neuras there. Whoa, hang on, does he have a cat? Did he bring it with him? Please tell me he did. There are lots of books lined up. Cloth-covered device. There's some sort of strange device wrapped in cloth. Looks like one of Neuras' inventions in the making. Might get to see what that is later. Back deck. Whoa. This looks wild. A cloth-covered barrel.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Oh, we got a window here. Reinforced steel on top of thick glass. It doesn't appear to be easily breakable. Let's check out the engine room. Washing machine. A machine that does laundry, handmade by Neuras. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. Whoa. Is that a heart? Wonder what makes this thing run.
Hello?
First time on a gauntlet runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Call the runner phone. There's one in every room.
Spectacular.
Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girls and the workings. Gauntlet runners use mako crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the gauntlet runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've specified this crux with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress. But by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Gauntlet Runner activities. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't have been able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Cool. Igniter? Question mark? I've never seen an igniter like this before. Large igniter. A magic igniter, enormous compared to those used by the army. If I recall correctly, it uses mako crystals as fuel. It's Neuras' homemade washing machine. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind, too. Doing laundry will take my mind off things, increasing my max MP? Oh, that's interesting.
Understood.
Sure, no problem. So I can raise stats while I'm in here? That's crazy. What's up, Moore?
Where was I?
I feel Moore's presence. Let's go to Academia and see if he has anything to say.
Would you look at this?
I sense the power of a new archetype. Do come and speak to me should you want to study it. Oh, I think I looked at the merchant from my menu before. Hello, Plateau. Who's a good kitty? His fur's so soft and clean. Makes me curious how he takes care of it. So your journey has begun. May you meet all manner of people across these untrodden lands. Archetypes are influenced by connections of the heart, so to speak, which means the more hearts you encounter, the more your own might grow. I sincerely look forward to seeing what your journey will bring to my research. I can't wait to meet more people. What is in this room? We've got a pile of powder. I've never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or for fuel. I mean, food is basically a type of fuel. Bag of cotton. There's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. It's a beanbag, oh my goodness. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. That's straight up a beanbag. Upright cleaning tool.
Come on.
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Neuras modified to create wind that collects dust. Pretty nifty. It's a vacuum, oh my goodness. Oh, that reminds me, I actually need to vacuum my room. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over is sure to strengthen your legs, yeah? If I clean the gauntlet runner, my max HP will increase.
Got it.
Don't want to do it now? Gotcha. Who wants to clean in their free time? Oh. What's up, Hulkenberg?
Speaking of...
Neuras said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Ooh, sleeping quarters. You can rest in the gauntlet runner's sleeping quarters. Time will pass, but your virtues won't improve at all. So you really have no reason to do that. What is this? The bookshelf is lined with interesting books. The books I could read are New World Travel Diary, Pride and Persuasion, not now. Maybe not now. Let's say before I do any of that. Okay, New World Travel Diary. This appears to be a fictional chronicle of a boy's journey in a fanciful place called the New World. I haven't started reading it yet. Seems like a book that'll really expand the mind. Wanna read it together over by the window? If I read this book, I may gain more imagination. Shall we spend some time reading this book? Not now. Pride and Persuasion. This book outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others. I haven't started it yet. Neuras probably left us here, huh? Let's take it over to the window if you want to read it together. Eloquence. Can I use the bathroom now?
Alright.
Maybe I should go in while no one else is using it.
Right.
I feel refreshed after spending some time in the bathroom. And that didn't do anything for me. Stroll's taking a nap. Oh, I feel drunk. Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of a carriage, but this... It's another beast. Seems I'll need to learn to endure it. I didn't check this out, did I? This door must lead to the end of the gauntlet runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Oh, watchtower. I didn't notice this. This makes some interesting noises. Why are there 3 hatches? Alright, now let's check out the cockpit. The cockpit appears to be up above here. Mind the rope, lad. We want you going overboard. Perhaps I should stay away for now. Dang it, I wanted to bond with him. Runner phone. I say, you gave me a start there. Were you trying to get my attention, Arachnus? Terribly sorry, but I've got to focus on driving for now. Shake off the rust a bit. If you wanted to chat, best to find me in the evenings. What? I guess we'll bond with him at night. I'm looking forward, I'm really hoping, that we can make Neuras a follower. He's a fun character. I hope we get some more girls soon, though. Because so far it's just Hulkenberg, and I don't find her very interesting as of this moment. Oh, hang on. There's another entry to the deck. We can see the cockpit from here. How's it going there, boy? You enjoying the ride? Yeah, it's great. This is a really interesting machine. I hope we don't get attacked by monsters, though. Well, I'm gonna do my outro here, so we'll probably find out. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future episodes. And remember to leave a like while you're at it. Hope you have a great day. Cue the outro.
Thank you.